Cause you gotta come with that energy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. Lil' Coco be spitting that remedy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. She dropping knowledge on head and it's free for the play. Tap in right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every A. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. You know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
Welcome to the Casual Convo Show, where we have conversations about topics that affect the communities, personal and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have to have the tough convo. I'm your host, Coco, who is messing up with the holes in my mouth. And with me, of course, every week is my amazing co-host, DJ extraordinaire, Big Boscoe from the Bronx.
If I put on my shades, it's only because, you know, my eyes still hadn't adjusted to the light, so I don't want to get any headaches. So, just in case y'all don't know, I got cataract surgery. So I got my little bionic eyes now. I can see, no glasses, but I'm still adjusting to the light. So I ain't trying to be Ray Charles and be all cool or nothing like that. It's just to, you know.
I told you leaning in that chair a little different. You just don't. He got that little.
I'm not in the squeaky chair. That's why.
I'm
not in the squeaky chair. You know, I'm in the desk chair.
For real?
Oh, yeah, squeaky chair over there. Yeah, squeaky chair over there. I got my jacket on that.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna get right into it before we introduce the topic. So, of course, like every week, we just start with the mental health check-in. I'm gonna just say, my mental health is good. I had a good day today.
Hey.
I had a good day today. I had a busy week, but a good week. Had a good week in school, even though I was like stressing, but you know, I just stood with it and ended up rocking out everything. I know you and I had talked and, you know, get ready to transfer like departments for us, like work and, you know, things like that. And then also looking into other opportunities and other things like that. So it's kind of like, I think considering with everything that's going up and also Tierra had a banging event for her daughter, like her daughter's birthday sleepover was really, really nice, little Barbie theme.
Yeah, the pictures were dope.
Yeah, like the girls had a great time.
Yeah.
I would say I'm in a good headspace, even though things seem busy. I think I'm handling it well, I would say. So I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm okay. What about you?
All's good, man. Like I said, adjusting to the eye surgery, but yeah, all's good. Just things that are bright are really bright, and to stand out, like I put on my Facebook wall, to actually stand outside last night, even though it was 27 degrees, and look into the sky and see all the constellations and everything, you know, for the first time since I was probably a kid without glasses, I was like, wow, blessed, man. You know.
Do you? I'm sorry.
Football or something? Say NFL?
You know, I get the I'm sorry, I get the notifications come to my phone, and yeah. I'm sorry. So,
oh, dang, man.
Oh, so yours.
Hold on, you just did it. Hold on a second. All right, here we go.
Yeah, so it's like yeah, it's been pretty cool. I think it's all good. So tonight, do you have any Bosco thoughts for today before I introduce the topic for tonight? And what's up, Matrix?
Nah, because we're gonna talk about one of the subjects, so I don't want to leave it. I lead into we just work to that subject.
Okay.
You know.
Well, tonight we're going to be talking about accountability. That's something I think been coming up a lot of times in media, during the show, and conversations. I think that we both had with people, and just in general, accountability has been a thing that kind of correlates with so much in everyday life that I don't think we pay attention to what is considered taking accountability and accountability. So we're going to talk about a couple of things that's been happening in the media and how it relates to accountability, what accountability is, And also the second half, I think I'm going to save the best for last, narcissism and accountability, because I don't think we understand what narcissism really is and how it affects a person's ability to take accountability for certain things that happen.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we let's begin. Do you want to start? So when you
Uh,
have accountability, what do you think of?
be accountable. I mean, if you don't be pushing things off, don't be avoiding things. I mean, if it's something pertaining to you that you had an effect in that, what your actions affected something negatively, um, then be like, yo, just man up. Be like, yo, my bad. Just own up to your word. Own up to yourself, man. Do the right thing. Just don't brush it off. Like, well, don't say, yeah, I did this, but I wouldn't have done it if it's da 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 da. Just be like, yo, my bad. Just own up to it. You know, it's not putting you down in it. You just showing that you're a man or woman of your word.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just look at it as like taking ownership for your actions, and
Yeah.
if something occurs, and without blaming somebody else. So I did look up the accountability definition, and it states the obligation or willingness to accept responsibility for one's actions.
Yeah.
Like being able to accept like criticism and
Mm-hmm.
being able to apologize when wrong. So something happened in the media this week. So I want to talk about accountability as far as when it comes to seeking justice. As there are two situations that I want to highlight, I think it'll be a good conversation starter to take us into where we need to be.
Mm-hmm.
So the second one is a little sensitive. The first one, I think we've all been talking about it, the Jonathan Majors guilty
Yeah.
verdict. So he was found guilty. So I think his sentencing is coming in the beginning of the new year,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much for assaulting his former girlfriend or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot of people say the whole video wasn't shown. From what I saw a person trying to get away. If
Mm-hmm.
if a person is stating that they're afraid and you're telling me that because this person has been this way or that way,
Mm-hmm.
and you just are so petrified of this person, I don't care what you do from me. I'm not chasing you alone.
Right.
Block
Yeah.
in over a mile radius.
Yeah.
Because he was haul assing and she was on his he was on it. He was on
Yeah.
it. So I don't get it. What do you think about it?
I agree. I mean, if you're trying to get away and this person is pursuing you, that shows you're using, you got fight or flight. Your flight. You're trying to get away. I mean, but I'm gonna say this, and some people may relate, some may not. Some may think what I'm saying is bigoted, racist, or whatever. But I'm just gonna keep it 100, and it doesn't apply to everybody because what I say never applies to everybody. But I found that black people, black men who get big, and we had a conversation. Black people who get big, they go to Hollywood, and they find themselves a white woman, and then when it all goes down, they find themselves running back home, basically running back to black women or whoever, black men, black women, whoever, want pity. And I like Jonathan Majors, but you have to know your environment. You have to look at history. And this is not saying I don't have anything against interracial relationships. Let me get that out the way. But what we see from successful black men, even black women, same thing. When they move out of their comfort zone to somewhere else, specifically California, they meet a white man or white woman. When shit goes south, it goes way south. And then they want to come back home. And when I say back home, back to the black community. And that's what we see. We see it with Tiger Woods, we see it with Bill Cosby. So a lot of people. And that's not being racist. It's a fact. We see it every day. It's always something. But you don't see it in reverse. Where the white person is getting the heat from the black person and the white person is being punished. And this is not racist. This is just being real. And everyone knows me. I'm not racist. But I'll keep it real. And if it offends you, that's something you got to work on. But it's a fact. We see it. It happens all the time. So these guys, if you're from New York, Chicago, Philly, Miami, even Baltimore, wherever, and you go out there and you feel you upgraded by getting a white woman, more power to you. But when it go down, don't come crying back because you messed up. And again, this is not knocking white women at all. I'm just making a point from what we're seeing. History repeats itself. That's why they keep records. History repeats itself. What up, King Paul? What up, J Bear? What up, Big L? Lamont? What's up, yo?
I think I agree with everything that you said. But I think the part for me was some people were saying we didn't see the whole video. Some people were saying we saw the whole video, right? But then it was like, when, I guess during the court sessions, they were saying when people were giving testimony, like he would read the Bible. It was like he was overly cocky.
Yeah.
Right. And then we also saw in the media that he was starting to lose endorsements before the verdict. So we're not surprised by the Marval verdict, but a lot of people are also stating that he doesn't take accountability for his actions. Like he's just this particular person. Yeah. So I look at it like, how can a person take accountability for something when they were already prejudged before determining what the verdict was, which typically happens to Black men, right? Yeah. So then they were talking about how, what's her name?
Oh.
And she's so beautiful.
What's the girl?
Megan, like she was crying, this is and the third, and people are saying that people are making a mockery out of that. But my whole thing is this. So what does it say? Okay, so if you are claiming innocence, so I think this is a fine line in where we take accountability. So my thing is, if I watch what I watch, we didn't see the whole, I don't know. Somebody said the whole thing is out there, whatever, but if what I saw was a man running from a woman, now if I want to put out there that you have been physical towards me or threatening me or assaulting me, I don't care what you take in that moment. Just leave me alone. I'm not going to chase after you and skedaddle on your heels for miles. You can have a phone. Just leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
That turned off. So then it becomes an issue of, how can we expect somebody to take accountability for something that they're claiming innocence? Granted, it's always going to be this person's word versus somebody else's. But then when you go to the justice system, if we're saying this was the tape that was played and now it's being exposed, how is it that they came to that? So how do somebody take accountability when they were like, when they are claiming innocence or think that they're innocent? And so then when he said, well, that's America for you. Pause. Don't do that, because you chose to be with this woman. So what I'm going to hold him accountable for is the decision that you made. So clearly, up until Megan, you had a pattern of the type of women that you dated. Now it caught up with you. So now in the midst of your situation,
you want to come home.
You got wild.
Matrix makes a point, because it's basically what you just said. It's the Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama quotes that got him in. And what I find with our people, first of all, our people have to realize, whether you're in whatever level of entertainment we're in, whether it be rapping, singing, acting, you got to remember, Hollywood don't give a damn about us. And when I say Hollywood, I don't mean specifically Hollywood, California. I'm talking about the whole deal. They don't care nothing about us. Denzel Washington said that. A lot of actors, freaking Wesley Snipes said it. He learned his life. He said, "No, they don't care about us. They don't care about us." And see, the problem we get is like, there's a time to talk, and there's a time to shut the hell up. And you can't go in front of these people and say stuff like, "That's America for you." You can't do that because this is the system you're fighting. You're smacking the system in the face, and we know the jurors are gonna say, "Oh, this guy doesn't like America." So you got to go
after he was found guilty.
But, yeah, I mean, but still, you still have to walk. You got to, and I'm not saying kiss ass, but you still got to tread lightly because you just got into this. You just got out of this situation. You got to tread lightly and you got to play your card. You got to be smart. And the problem with us as black people, and I'm going to say us as black people, we think black rather than thinking logically. We think we have to show this. What up, Doug? We think we have to show this mentality, this hood mentality. Oh, I'm gonna show them how to. And people see they associate that with being black, being combative, being loud, being aggressive, and all this other stuff. No, you gotta think logically. Like, okay, I'm in this situation. What am I gonna do to get out of it? You don't. You beat the system. You can't beat the system, but you can use it to your advantage. OJ did it. I know OJ did what he did. I know he killed that woman. I know he killed both of them, dude. Both of them in that house. But OJ was smart. He sat there, paid attention to everything. He wasn't sarcastic. He didn't even get smirky. He didn't get smug. He sat there and listened. He stayed attentive to everything.
Yeah, he was with that damn hand in that glove as tight as it
was. Yeah, he knew how to play the game. Come on, dude. Look, OJ was guilty. I'm not gonna say I'm glad he got off, but I'm glad he got off. He was guilty, but he knew how to play the system, and he won. He won. And see, Rogers, man, he just I don't know, man. It's just black people need to realize when we get to that level, we got to realize we are not liked. They only like our talent. They don't like us. Period.
Right. So you down with that one? Because this other one is a little sensitive.
Yeah.
Because I know for me it made me upset. The little boy, where was he from? I'm gonna pull it out. So it was a little boy who was found guilty for urinating in public, and the judge actually gave him probation time. So the mom had did an interview on like CNN that I watched today. And she was saying how she reprimanded her child, like let him know as far as like that's not what you do. Let me know. You could have came inside. How many men had pulled their joint out and peed outside? So the question that was asked on CNN was, if your child was of another race, do you think this would have happened? So of course the lawyer and the mom has said no. So my thing is, I get you want to teach people a lesson. So they were saying how the police officers took it too far. So right now we're just talking about accountability and with justice.
Yeah.
I don't feel that could be traumatizing for a child that age for just having to go to that, because he said he had to go really, really bad. And the sign said that there were no restrooms around. So he could read, he read the sign. So it's like, what do? Do you pee on yourself or do you just go? Because even me as a little girl, I remember like my mom and was like, we're gonna pull these car doors out. You better cop a squat and then we got the wipes right here. If you gotta go, you gotta go. But to arrest a child, and they show photos of him being in the back of the police car,
which is illegal. Right, he's a minor.
Yeah, he was in the police car, and then he actually went to court, and the judge actually, and they said they were like randomly drug testing him. They were treating him as if he was 18 and above.
That's how it goes back to what I talked about the majors. That's how it is with us. Because even as boys, little boys, everybody in the family said, go behind the tree, go behind the building, whatever. If you got to go to the bathroom. I mean, even now as an adult, we somewhere, but go behind. I tell my homies, go behind the thing. But yeah, you're right. Or somebody, I'll be right back. I take
nothing. He looks like he was younger.
He's a minor. He's still a minor. They could have just been like, don't do it again. Don't do it again. When I was that age, I got in a lot of trouble. And the police back then, like one day I ran by the fruit stand. I was walking by. My homie's like, "You won't steal an orange from there?" I like,
Let
we
me
got
tell you
to take
where was
two.
that.
Huh?
So okay, so I guess his age is up for debate because this article says a 10-year-old black child in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. Mississippi.
Remember how you Mississippi?
Mississippi. That's all you got
Um,
to say. Mississippi.
yeah, he was sentenced Tuesday to court to 3 months probation, a decision the child's attorney says was influenced by race. His
Obviously,
I'm not even gonna put his name out there. Wait a minute, he
his
11.
name shouldn't even be in there.
He in the third grade. I don't think they got his. Well, I'm gonna mind my
But
business.
even though his name shouldn't even, none of that should be even
It's in there.
listed.
I'm not gonna put it out there, y'all. I mean, y'all can
Yeah,
read the
but
article.
it shouldn't even be. It shouldn't. Mississippi, because it had it been north of the Mason-Dixon line,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't have heard about it. Like I
Nope.
said, when I was growing up, I walked by. Me and my homies walking by a fruit stand. Guy said, "You wouldn't steal an orange." I said, "Watch me, nigga. I'll take two of them." I think I was like 14. I grabbed both of them. No, it was two apples because I started eating one. And the cops sitting right there in the car. They're like, "Come in." He said, "What'd you just do?" I said, "I stole two apples." He said, "Put your hands on the window." I put my hand on it. And he didn't do it hard. He said, "Don't do it again." That was that. And it told me to keep the apples. He said, take the apples. They did that for obvious reasons.
So my question is seeking justice a form of accountability when there's so much injustice? Like, when is it appropriate, or when does it make sense to seek justice for accountability, or should we just stick to
that kid can be held accountable by telling him, "Look, man, don't do it again." He probably been like, "Okay, I won't do it again." That with the court, they held him accountable, but I think it was overkill. Mm-hmm. They could have held him accountable by saying, "Look, man," because she didn't even got the court. The police could have said, "Yo, that's it. Don't do that again."
The part
and that'd have been that.
Yeah, the part that got me was when the mom stated in front of the officers, she told him what he did was wrong. You know, she did what her mom did. She checked him, right?
That's it.
She wasn't like belligerent. They even commended her on doing the right thing, saying the right thing, and being a parent. And then you still chose to handcuff this boy and arrest him.
Mississippi. And they say racism and all this stuff had it. I'll tell every black person and white people to watch this movie. Racism, no, slavery by a different name. Watch that documentary. Not only that, and being within the Christmas season and all that stuff, it'll show you why I don't celebrate Juneteenth. Or you got to look up is sharecropping, and we might want to talk about that another time. But slavery of a different name, look it up.
Yeah,
good documentary. But they held him accountable when the mother said, "Look, he was wrong." Da 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 da. It should have been that. That should have been that. Okay, keep it moving. No writing down nothing.
I mean, I agree. It wasn't like it wasn't like he was like.
Watch me.
I don't know what the exact laws are, but even still, I think it was very much extreme. So for me, that was just a little bit too much. And then it was like, so I think the officer got suspended or something like that. I'm not sure if he lost his job, so don't quote me.
Yeah.
But for taking extreme measures when it came to enforcing the law on a child.
So what are they gonna do now? Arrest every man and woman and child who decides to take a piss behind a building or something like that, or go behind a tree or whatever? That's the precedent they're setting. They're not going to do it, but
like whatever you do, we're going to just arrest you.
Yeah, keep that same energy.
All right, so let's change it up a little bit because this kind of is up my alley. Accountability in the workplace.
Yeah.
But you like to go first.
It's in my opinion, well, at my job, I gotta admit it's accountability. People get, if you don't take accountability, our GM will make you take accountability. He's straight up. He's a brother too. He's like, yo, you know, he'll check you. But I've seen in other jobs where people, they're not accountable. And
Mhm.
it could be in terms of you might be a supervisor and you got someone, a subordinate, and you know the subordinate doing something, but because you play favoritism, you turn a blind eye. But if you see somebody else doing, you be like, yo, I saw you do this, don't do it again, I'm gonna write you up, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we see that a lot in people in your field, how people do certain things, they know they're dead ass for it, but they do it anyway and then try to act like, what up, Samik? Long time no see, man.
That
They
assignment better be finished. You on here?
for real. um, yeah, and you know, they do stuff. They know they're wrong, or they brush it off and put it on somebody else,
Mhm.
and it might be messed up or whatever. Yeah, in a workplace, accountability is
Bullshit.
yeah,
I'm gonna
basically.
say I'm gonna say it's bullshit because a person. What I don't like is how a person can will make a mistake, a blatant
Mhm.
mistake that's their mistake,
Yeah,
and instead of taking ownership, you will start to create gossip,
yeah,
or you will blame the next person
yeah,
instead of just owning the fact. Okay, it was a mistake. Let's use
yeah,
this as a learning moment so that we don't make the same mistake again.
yeah.
I look at it like, and then it doesn't help. Not saying where I work now, but I'm just saying I've
Mhm.
worked for companies where it depended on who the supervisor or manager
Yeah,
or whoever liked at the time as what accountability measures went into place. So
yeah.
if I made the same mistake you made, right? And if
Hmm.
the manager really didn't like me, but they
Hmm.
loved you, your mistake was like over, oh, it's okay, we
It's
can just
okay.
fix it. But you
Yeah,
don't do a teaching thing. But let the person that you don't like, the account of you want to do the write up, you got to broadcast it, you got to do this, you got to go to gossip, you got to do all of this stuff. So when it comes to accountability in the workplace, I'm gonna say it again.
hmm,
And I mean, I'm probably gonna get some backlash for it.
it'll be all
The
right.
only time accountability is really taken professionally in the
Hmm.
correct way, from my experience,
Hmm.
has been when other people have been in leadership outside of African American women
Hmm.
in leadership roles. Because I feel like we
Hmm.
we lead and we we supervise and manage off of how we feel
You
based
know what?
on,
I'm not going to put it all on black women because
I say in my experience, I ain't never worked
yeah,
for a man, another nationality of woman who did not base their professional decision and professional, who, if this mistake happened,
mhm,
how I'm gonna hold you accountable.
yeah.
Every time I worked under a black woman,
Hmm.
right?
Oh,
It
I
was
got what you're saying.
messy.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
always
Yeah. Yeah.
messy. It was
Yeah.
always how they felt about you. It wasn't really about the work. It was taken to
Yeah.
another level because of
Yeah.
how they felt about you personally. And not they don't. I'm not saying all y'all.
Yeah.
I'm
I know what you mean.
that includes
Yeah.
myself.
I know what you mean.
Some of us
Yeah.
lead off of how we feel. Like I don't care. Me personally, I ain't gotta like you personally. But if you a beast at what you do, you a beast at what you do. Now if you make a mistake, if I'm gonna treat everybody the same way, depending on what it is, right?
Hmm.
If you make a little mistake that's fixable, okay, look, let's just be mindful, da 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 da, right?
Hmm.
But if your homegirl over here making the same
Yeah.
repetitive mistake, you, girl, watch what you doing, watch what you doing.
Yeah.
Not the one you don't like. See, this is too many times. You just gonna hit the da 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 da.
Hmm.
Bam. Pause.
This is why I said we have a we have a bad habit of acting black. And people say, what's acting black? Being like you just said. And it's what my experience is like, you're a woman, so you dealing with women is different.
Right.
But what I see in that with us, and it tends to be a power thing. Like,
Mm.
I'm the woman, I'm in charge, you're the man, you're gonna do what I see that even at my job now too. I got like, yo, hold up. You might be the manager, but I outrank you seniority and knowledge wise. You're gonna respect me. And see, I think that's the problem as men, how we feel. It's more like control. And the person said, I'm controlling. And most of the women I've worked who might have been over me have always said, I'm controlling. I'm like, well, you can't be controlling on the job because we got a job to do. And I've always checked them to where with men, we will check each other, but we kind of check each other in a way we shouldn't check each other. And what I tell you, you know. What up, bro? Yeah. We like we
all for it. Like if I'm wrong, I can own my wrong, right?
Yeah, me too.
But if I'm not wrong, you're gonna have to show me, and you're gonna have to show me ethically, procedurally, and policy where I'm wrong. Especially if you're gonna cause this big scene. But if you cannot show me, and if you cannot advise me where I went wrong, how to fix it, and be professional about it, you can't hold me accountable.
No. And see, I'm a policy guy.
Because that's when it becomes more personal to me than professional.
What up, Dwelle? I'm a policy guy because I tell them, because see, where I am, I'm basically the ranking chef, well, the ranking person when it comes to food and beverage, but I'm not in charge of the whole department. But I let it be known, you need to show me procedure. I've been doing this for 20 years.
You see how you just popped this? Y'all better acknowledge Boscoe. Y'all see how he just popped this shit and put it out.
Yeah, you got to show me because I've been doing this for 27 years. I'm certified for this. So what you tell me, you need to show me in writing where it says this is how we do whatever. Because I don't want to hear you say this is how we do it. No, I need to say it because I always tell people I do things by the restaurant industry standard.
Okay.
That's the way whatever I cut, slice, dice, whatever. I don't want to hear your standard because I go by restaurant standards. So I don't want to hear it. Don't tell me, well, I want to know. No. It's just like slicing a carrot. They just chop it. I said, no, there's a way you're supposed to slice a carrot.
How you slice
2 inches into like matchsticks. When you slice it for like wings and stuff. Yeah, it's a certain way you slice carrots. You just don't slice them because the core, if you just slice them, you got the core, and the core is real. I know I'm getting cooking, but the core is sour.
You see me, I'm invested. I like
the core is sour, and some people will cut it to where you got just the core. The core is very sour.
Okay,
it's bitter, and I said you cut it to where you're you're not getting exactly julienne cut. You got julienne, you got bâtonnet, you got we got another cooking show. And I'll go down a lot, but I always tell them, I said you cut it that way because you have little children who eat it. You got babies. And you got older people who got false teeth, so don't have any teeth. So you don't want it thick where they can't bite it. You want it to where no matter how old they are, they can digest it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I just thought it was because it was cute like that, and I went with it, and you can just dip it in the stuff.
I mean, it looks good too. Yeah, it looks good, but you do it so people can eat it. So people can eat it because you don't want to lose. And that's why I say I'm by policy. I'm by standard. Show me in the book. In the James White book, the On Cooking book, I need to see all because I got all them books on my shelf. Show me presentable, exactly, Matrix. But accountability. Yeah, I mean, on a job and
the other part before I go into the next part, which is going to be, I think it's going to be fine. But for this, really quickly, when it comes to professional expectations, right? So. I'm a person, I like to read policies and I read handbooks and what my expectations are from my job because I am going to be that person.
I do have a matrix.
Yeah, I like to push the envelope and teeter the fence a little bit, right? So I need to see how far I can go. Yeah, I'm a true Gemini in that aspect, right? I'm gonna test the waters a little bit, but I know where my cutoff is.
Oh yeah.
So when it comes to expectations, I'm the person, you can't change that up on me without changing the expectations of my role.
Right.
Especially if I'm doing because if it's today and you decide today you don't like me.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I probably got on your nerves, probably irked you or something like that. And then And then you get on and then you say, well, no, because your work expectations is to meet da 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 or see this number of
Mm-hmm.
patients or do this. That ain't what that said when I pull it up, because I'm the person, I'm
Nope.
gonna go into my profile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna type on job description, and in that job description, it's gonna say what the expectations are in this job. Tell me where to say that, or you tell me when did the revision come, or when
Mm-hmm.
did we discuss this in the meeting? Because if that's my expectation for this role and it's me and other people, that means everybody has the same expectation.
You know what? On my job, I don't even train people anymore. They do. Because with me, they know I got a certain standard, so they train people now. Then they say, "Hey, we got so and so trained and ready to go." I'm like, okay, and the person who they train will write. We got like a thing called a pass on,
Mhm.
where you get off the night before, you put down your notes. Hey, this is that da 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 da, and they're always like, I did this and I did this, but I wasn't sure about this, blah 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 blah, because they know
Mhm.
I'm Mr. Chef High Maintenance. I don't train people no more because my standard is up. You can't even see it on the screen, but my standard is up here because I expect everyone to do things a certain way. They don't meet that expectations. But see, that's why I
So
let
there's a difference in a certain way, or do you just want it done your way? Let me
no
explain.
no 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 I do it.
Everybody has it could be the same way, but everybody might have like a different
Well,
um
see what I do. I tell them I do my things by restaurant standard, but I
okay.
say that's just the baseline. That's just the baseline. Like with the recipes. um they do the recipe. They say, well, we got to go out. I said, look, do y'all know what a standardized recipe is? It's the baseline, but you still have to test it. You might need to add more salt, more pepper, more oregano, paprika, more cumin, whatever. It's just a baseline. But they think that you have to do it exactly by the recipe. I said, no, that's only in baking that you have to go exactly by the recipe. But in hot stuff, the recipe is just the baseline. This is the stuff you need at least. Then you say, I need some more, whatever, parsley, cilantro, whatever.
That makes sense because I don't know about cooking, so I'm agreeing with you. I'm gonna take it from you.
Yeah,
That's
that's what recipes are. They just tell
I
you what
wanna
you need to get there.
I wanna
But it's
address
not.
Dwale.
Yeah. Mhm.
Dwale say excellence is expected. Let's just dissect this a little teeny bit. Excellence is expected in any profession or any job, and even if it's your own business, whatever it is that you do. Now, if you have an employee, coworker, colleague, whatever it is that you want to call it, right? Who
Mhm.
performs and excels and exceeds expectations
Mhm.
and do their job well. Let's just say, um, for one thing, they might make a mistake, right? Which can rarely seldom happens. Does that mean you broadcast that gossip, do and go and tell everybody else? I'm a firm believer of everybody can't. It takes a special type of person to be in leadership. Everybody cannot lead that's in leadership. So to expect excellence, you also have to understand that and go you person by person through your
Yeah.
people that's on there. You have to know how they learn, how to teach them. Everybody is teachable if they're willing to. Well, let me take that back. Not everybody. A person is teachable if you can learn them, if you know how to teach different methods. Like, let's just say Dwale and
Mhm.
you. Y'all may have two different learning ways. Like, if a person is a visual learner or written or
Mhm.
whatever, you got to know how that person can adapt in order to train them. But if a person is excelling, this is where the accountability piece for me comes in. You can expect excellence all you want, but the thing is, there's always room for error, but you have minor errors and major errors. But
Mhm.
that's also goes on to the point of what is it that you're highlighting so that major errors don't happen.
You know something? Um, I guess you know who Nikolai Machiavelli is. He said the wise man shall always follow the roads that have been trodden by the great and imitate those who have most excelled, so that if he doesn't reach that level of perfection, he may at least acquire something of its savior. Basically, you can work on being the best, but if you can't be the best, you learn lessons to where people can learn from you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I mean when I say you can expect it, but a person has to be willing to learn. But everybody
Yeah,
is not able to teach to
yeah,
expect excellence. I
yeah.
can tell you all day long what I expect from you, but if
Right.
I can't, one, lead by example, two,
Mm-hmm.
if I can't teach you at least the basics of what I know, and then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes even when it comes to in the professional field, we can
Mm-hmm.
all do the same thing. Even if I'm your supervisor, your manager, or something like that, I
Mm-hmm.
can still learn from you
Yeah.
because you're on it. Because when it becomes a part of a team, and when you have a bunch of different people and you're
Mm-hmm.
on a team, we all got to bounce off of each other for the boat the
Yeah.
coast for it to be. So I can't expect for it just to be, oh, this is my way and I know. I'm the type of person like this. If you come new on board, I could be your
Mm-hmm.
trainee, whoever. You might teach me a different way while I'm teaching you. Like, oh, did you know I saying this? Da 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 da. Because let's just say, like in healthcare, we got different like systems
Mm-hmm.
that we use. So, like, I'm gonna just say Epic, for example. I love me
Yeah.
personally. Epic is one of my favorite
Mm-hmm.
um electronic record systems to
Yeah.
work. I don't like Centricity. I don't like Athena. However, if I'm in Epic and I'm training somebody, and if
Mm-hmm.
if on that thing and it says you're already trained in Epic, and I mean in Epic,
That's it.
I
Yeah.
don't know what pieces of Epic you use, how you use.
Mm-hmm.
I'm training you, but you might teach me a shortcut, something that I'm like, damn, that's what we can do. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna say do it everything my way.
Yeah.
Sometimes your way is not always, but it's never. You should never frown upon learning something new. You should never frown upon teaching somebody else, or just because it wasn't exactly the way that you do it doesn't mean that it's
Mm-hmm.
wrong. Sometimes it may be a learning moment for you. And I
Yep.
think a lot of times when people get in these positions, they
Mm-hmm.
think you got to do what I say. I
Yeah.
mean, all right, whatever. I can hear you. That don't mean because me personally, if I know better and I know you're not gonna listen to me because you a power tripper or you're a micromanager and you
Mm-hmm.
just want me to emulate what you do, but
Yeah.
with how you do it may not be my style. But I know what to do.
I'm glad you said that. First I want to give a little shout out. By the hand radio merchandise at hand merchandise, hoodies, hats, shirts, the whole lick. Handradio.com.org/shop. Check it out. Everything's cheap, good quality, nice stuff. She got the hoodie and the shirt. I got
Look,
the hoodie. I ain't
look,
got
I'm
it on
all
right
looking
now.
around like, where you see that at?
Oh yeah, yeah. You got to get the PSA. Got to get a
Y'all was
PSA.
looking in the comments like, what is that?
Gotta get a PSA. Gotta look out for our sponsor, you know. But I'm glad you said it. That's why I always had the issue with people who call themselves boss babes, boss bitches, boss dudes. Because like Scarface, those who call themselves bosses tend to be asses.
Mm.
That's why I don't like that. I'm a boss bitch, I'm a boss bitch, or I'm a boss dude. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want nothing to do with you. Cause that's it. You're a boss. I don't want to hear that. Um, like the way I was saying how I cut things, we got a new guy. They trained him, but he's seen how I was doing things, and he kind of cuts his things almost like me now. And it shows because I say, yo, do your thing, you're doing a good job, blah, 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 blah. And now I see he's cutting things almost like mine. He don't have the training I have, but I can see he's trying to learn. And I got the thing on the wall, how you cut, certain things. And I can see he's been looking at it. Because I don't see him. I
Right.
don't see him. So it says he's a guy, if he sees it, he's going to do it. Because see, when they train, they just showed him what we cook, but they didn't show him how to cut, slice, dot. They didn't show him none of that. But I can see he's learning, which I love, because that means I got somebody who, when I'm not there, he's doing the same thing. It keeps that consistency.
Can you force somebody to take accountability?
You can't force anyone to do anything, because it goes to the narcissism stuff. Because you can't tell a narcissist nothing. Um, me and Sports Vlad got a narcissist that like no matter what you
What you
say,
first said?
huh?
What you?
Sports Vlad, you know who Sports
Oh
Vlad
Jesus,
is.
we don't
Yeah,
rewrite
me
the
and
name
Sports
this
Vlad.
thing.
And see, with a narcissist, we find that no matter what you say, they
Mm-hmm.
got to one up you. It's like I had posted about the plane that landed on our expressway the last week. Now I said crash, but they had to make an emergency. I call it a crash land because it caught fire. But good thing the people lived. But they had to land on the expressway, like right up the street for us. So I said it. He went in long to agree. Well, actually, they didn't crash. They had to make an emergency landing. Now this is somebody who lives 2,000 miles away. And I said, oh, maybe I used the wrong word. When I said crash landing, I meant emergency landing. It caught fire. So that's a crash landing. But they got out. They got out. They went to the hospital. They survived, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, that's the mind of a narcissist. A narcissist don't like take accountability. If they do, they'll say something like, I broke that vase, for the white people, vase. I broke that vase, but I wouldn't have broke it had it not been sitting at the end of the table. I burnt that hamburger, but I wouldn't have burnt it if y'all had been looking at it, looking when I walked out the door. It's always but it's never like, damn, my bad.
Right. I mean, I definitely agree. I don't think anyone can force somebody, like even if we want situations where we may want someone to be accountable. And sometimes I think it's a fine line with narcissism and just a matter of just because you think it's wrong, I may not think it's wrong. I may not be narcissistic, or you may not. I could say, Bosco, why are you gonna wear this daggone jacket? You wrong for that. You wrong for that. You wrong for that. You wrong for that. You wrong. In my mind, you wrong, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm a narcissist or you're a narcissist. It just could be like we just don't agree that that's the right or wrong. So I think it's okay for people to stand true and when they don't think and stand tall in their truth. But I think it's important to understand when someone takes accountability, it has to be I don't want to say a bigger issue, or maybe something where something negative came out of it that resulted in something happening that could have been prevented. So yes, if a person or people performed an act or did something to contribute to that negativity, yes, take accountability for that. I think the narcissism piece comes into it, and I didn't realize how many narcissistic people I socialize with often and daily. Meaning, I know we kind of jumping the gun. We got a little bit of time. So when it comes to narcissists, what I learned is this starts early. And a lot of people life, but you ever be around people who it's always everybody. It's just never them. No matter what, they can have the same outcome of the same situation, whether it be relationships and jobs, friendships.
You can't tell them nothing.
And it's just like, it's always da da da. And I'm like, yo, what you do? No, because I'm trying to say, girl, but a narcissist will label everybody else as a narcissist.
You can't tell them nothing. If you be like, let's just say we're talking football, you and I'd be like, yo, I don't know, just say it random, whatever. I hear they're gonna fire this coach. Now you just heard it. You just heard like 2 seconds ago from a person. Let's say Bill Belichick. I know they're not gonna fire him, but let's say Bill Belichick. Let's say you know somebody who's like right in the room with him, and that person calls you to be like, Coco. You'd be like, Coco. No, I'm not saying the conversation, like Coco. They're gonna fire Bill Belichick tomorrow. Now the only one that knows this is you. The only one that knows this is you. Now you go tell the next person, yo, they're gonna fire Bill Belichick. Oh, I already knew. I know. No, you didn't, nigga. I just found out a second ago from his brother that he's about to. See, it's people like that. When you try to tell them something, they already know. Oh, I know. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That's what I hate. And it's like narcissists. They act like they just can't be told something they don't know. And it's not like you telling them to show them that they're stupid. You just giving them some information. Like, yo, I heard this. Oh yeah, I already know. Bitch, quit lying. No, you didn't. And that's what. Ooh, that
just never.
That irritates me. That irritates me, especially when you're trying to be sincere to somebody, and What's up, Jew? We didn't get Jew to shout out. What up, Jew?
She just came in here making
No,
it
she been
making
she
it
been
hot.
for a minute.
No, I seen her come
Yeah.
in, but she get ready to be on it.
Yeah, they be proud
They
too.
do be
Oh,
proud.
my son said he'll come on if we got time too. So
Oh, tell him come on at 9 and we can start with. We can actually start with that because the second half is the relationship part.
okay, let me
I
text
guess
her.
I just blew the whistle on that one, so y'all already know the second part be lit. But she said narcissistic people know what they are and who they are. It's for the other person on the other end to find out. But it's crazy. I don't even think I think some do, but I know a person. I ain't even gonna say no names. I know a person who every time something goes wrong
Mm-hmm.
or if they get into something where as though what's the word I'm looking for? Where things go sour. Let's
Yeah,
just say that because I can't think of the word I want to say. And it's never their fault. They never played a part. I'm not saying the whole thing has to be on you. I'm
yeah,
a firm believer of a lot of times when things happen, both parties or all parties play some type of part in something for something to happen.
yeah,
So it's like you if I ask you out of every situation, and it's similar to the last situation where things went left, and it's like, yeah, because I'm just so sick of people and their narcissistic ways. They're
yeah,
narcissists too.
yeah.
You ain't never think maybe you the narcissist. Oh, they
Yeah.
say that yeah. That's not Bosco. Are you a narcissist?
Oh hell no.
You are?
I may talk a lot of trash, but I'm humble as hell. I'll take the blame. Yeah. Not
And
me.
yeah,
Okay,
like
so
narcissistic people have a
he
hard
said he
time.
can come on.
Okay, and like they have a hard time of saying, "Well, that's my bad. I'm wrong. I was wrong." Or it's always, "I might have did this, but this person X Y Z." It's never true accountability.
Yeah.
And, can we go into the apologies really
Yeah,
quickly?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So part of taking accountability is being able to be apologetic. I'm not talking about half-ass apologies. I don't like the apologies that start with I apologize if.
Yeah.
When you say if, I'm gonna tell you flat out, I ain't even gonna
Ultimatum.
my mind. I don't even want
Yeah.
it. You can keep that
Ultimatum.
because you're not even, being
Mm-mm.
for real about your apologies.
Mm-mm.
Acknowledge what it is that you're apologizing for. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
you say I apologize for, okay, then now
Yeah.
we about to do doing something there. But if
Yep.
you just gonna be like, well, if you felt that way,
Mm-mm.
or if
If I offended you, I apologize. Obviously you offended me. So I'm in your face. About to give you a fader. You know?
And I'd be like, and did you did? It's not a if
Big up
you
to my bro.
I was highly offended, highly.
Yeah.
Acknowledge
I
that you're highly
apologize if
offended.
nah, nigga. The only time I say if is like if I've heard a lot of people saying, I'm like, yo, if whoever I'd be like, whoever I offended, I apologize. If I don't know who I'm talking to, I'd be like, whoever I offended out there, I apologize, da 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 da. Because I don't know who I'm apologizing to. I might be apologizing to a group of people, it might be 2 or 3 people.
Yeah,
Because
because you gotta apologize every week.
I know. That's why I say whoever I offended, my apologies. I do what I do to have fun. My apologies if I offended you. Da 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 da. And I'd be like, it's best for you to unfriend me because I have fun. You know.
I'm stubborn. I think I'm not narcissistic. I can be stubborn if now
Mm-hmm.
I've said things that I
Mm-hmm.
meant what I said. My delivery might be wrong. So
That's
I'm
what I
like,
apologize. My dude,
yeah,
I'm not
so
gonna
I might say
apologize for what I
something
said.
like, fuck that. I meant that I ain't apologizing for shit. And I
Yeah.
mean that because that's what I meant. I meant what I said. And somebody
Mm-hmm.
might, but you did. All right, well, maybe how I said it might have been
That's
offensive.
it.
But if my
But I'm
words
not
are
taking back what
changed,
I said.
then, oh well, let's discuss it because I meant for it to be exactly how maybe I shouldn't have been so harsh, or I probably shouldn't have said a couple of cuss words in the delivery.
Mm-hmm.
But I meant what I said, so I'm going to stand on that. Now, if my intent of my honesty
Mm-hmm.
may not have been warranted in the moment, or we may have a conversation and then I was like, well, that was dumb. in my mind, I didn't agree. You did some dumb shit. So
Yeah.
you might be like, damn, I can apologize for that because maybe I could have kept that to myself. You know what I mean? So I think it depends on knowing how and when and being able to, but a true narcissist is never wrong. Never wrong.
I don't apologize for what I say because what I said and I meant it. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. My delivery might be wrong off, like I might be cussing or whatever in a crowd of people, and I should be like, well, man, maybe I should have, said a little differently. But what I said to you is what I meant. I'm not taking back what I said. If I said, yo, man, you slimy, you piece of shit, that's how I feel. Now if it's me and you one-on-one, and a lot of people ain't around, I'm like, man, you ain't shit. With your bitch ass. I'll say that. And I ain't gonna apologize for saying what I said because you pissed me off. So I'm telling you how I feel. Now, if I'm in a crowd of people, I'd be like, maybe I shouldn't use the N-word, like nah. But I don't take back what I said about you. I still feel the same way. Still ain't shit, nigga. Dead ass.
I knew the dead ass was coming. It ain't official until you.
I didn't realize I said it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
That's how you know when Boscoe for real an apology. It gotta be like dead ass, or he'll be like, word is born. Real shit.
Word.
I'll be like, oh right, yeah, he meant that. If he don't say word is born, dead ass. If he be like
word or dead ass, I ain't playing.
And if he just be like, I mean, my bad, because it was some bullshit. You know what I mean? But anyway, when he do that means that it was inauthentic. He did not mean nothing. It was just to
keeping it 100.
Yeah, but if he get the dead ass and word is born, You just
I ain't playing. I'll tell you straight up. Yeah, he'll say he'll come on at 9:00. I'll just hit him up with the link.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
We're gonna have a little story time, y'all. Y'all better come back at 9.
We got the coming in, and then we're gonna talk about accountability and relationships. That should be interesting because I'm always the one taking accountability.
Let me tell Dwelle. Hey, Dwelle, your nephew coming on. So
Dwelle
come back after 9.
No, wait a minute. That's too many men. I need a woman because if Dwelle come
no, he's gonna be telling the story.
I always tell a tag when it's too many men.
Nah, let me put the owl picture up. Nah, he just gonna be telling the story. We need to revisit that one. That was cold. Hair radio was a beast that day. Yeah, but we're going to take a break, y'all. How long we got? 5 minutes? Hair radio?
I mean, Lamont, hold on. You got 2 minutes. He gonna say only a therapist could. I'm gonna send you this chapter. I'm gonna send you something, and I bet you at least one person yeah, because I'm telling you, I know for a fact it's one person I know that's in my circle right now. Definitely not fit every freaking category. And
Me and Sports Flat don't want specifically.
And but a lot of people confuse the meaning of or true definition of what a narcissist is.
Yeah.
We literally just dissected this in class of narcissism and part of and as a part of state.
Some people's got a big head, but a narcissist from someone with a big head.
Yeah, we label people as narcissists who are not, who probably just people that just don't agree with the same moral or ethical standards that you do. So, they're narcissistic, or somebody did something we don't like or said no. So we like motherfucking narcissist. No, people throw that narcissistic word out there, but I noticed the people who use it for everybody, they be the narcissists.
It's 3 words people don't really know the definitions for that they use: misogynist, misandrist, narcissist. People use those 3 terms and don't know what those 3 terms really mean or what they really describe.
Period.
Yup. All right, y'all. We about to take. Oh, you want to do it?
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, we about to take a 5-minute break. We got 2 videos coming up. Y'all should check it out. Come back after the break. We're gonna have the hustle man in the building. He's gonna have a little story time. Y'all gonna like it.
I'm about to pour me a drink.
It's gonna be dope. Yeah, get yourself a drink. Roll up your blunt, your spliff. I mean, if you smoke crack, get your little Coke can and crush it and whatever. Whatever you got to do.
No, we don't
come back after the break.
We don't condone the crack.
I know, but people, let's keep it real. We got some crackheads.
We'll be back.